Hello and welcome to this presentation on e2vector. Let's fire up the application and I'm going to quickly go through the features inside this AIR application. So let's start with the text tool. I clicked it and dragged to create a text box and type in some text. Now if I go to the top right hand corner of the application, I can play around with the attributes of the text: bold, italic, underline, text color, text size, typeface. I'm not actually changing the text here because I should have selected it before I played around with these attributes. The last two here, they affect the horizontal and vertical spacing of the text. Okay, I'm going to show you the pencil tool next. As easy as that. Now, the shape menu. We have lots of tools in here. Let's start off with the straight line tool. Arc tool. If you hold down the shift key, you can get an arc that goes the other way, that flips the other way. In fact, the shift key modifier works on a lot of these tools. For example, if you hold down shift here for the square and the circle tools, that will make the width and the height the same. So you get a proportional tool. This is the polygon tool. Holding down shift gives you curves instead of straight lines. Now if we go to the top right hand corner of the application again, we can change the number of sides of the polygon. So let's have the rounded rectangle here. Again, there's a parameter that you can play with in the top right hand corner. Next, the cog tool, and I'll show you playing around with the parameter there. There we are. Changing the number of spokes on the cog. So go up and we'll play with the star tool. Again, you can change the number of sides of the star. Now let's select the spiral tool. If you hold down the shift key, you would get a spiral going anti-clockwise or clockwise. And we can change the number of turns of this spiral. That's a nice tool, that one. And finally I'll show you the arrow tool in the menu. Quickly draw arrows. Right, the next option is to import images. So let's select an image, click OK, and there we are, an image from your computer. I'll just select that and move it aside. Actually, let's scroll up so I can so I've got more room to show you the pen tool. Now, if you've used illustration applications before, you'll be familiar with the pen tool. The pen tool allows you to draw arcs or shapes by just clicking for each node. But if you click and drag, then you define a control point for a Bezier curve, and that's what I'm doing here. So we've got a lot of control of user-defined curved shapes. Let's finish this off now. Let's just click where we started, double click where we started to close the shape. Now let's go to the top right hand corner of the application and change the line thickness, the color, and let's choose a gradient fill, radial now, and play around with the gradient editing tools. If we move the slider along, we can change the look of the gradient here. So gradient editing is really quite powerful. Okay, let's get rid of this so I can show you something in more detail now. So open a new window, and I'm going to start off by drawing a circle and clicking on the select tool so we can stretch the circle. We can click on it and drag it, and we can rotate it. That's all in the selection tool. Now this sub-selection mode here, this enables you to edit the Bezier curves like we were doing in the pen tool. So we can click on these small selectors and pull the control points of this shape around. Alright, I'm going to select another shape now and draw that so it overlaps with the first one, so I can show you the modify mode. Now modify mode is very powerful. It allows you to pull arcs apart at the points they intersect. That took a lot of code to accomplish that. That's very difficult to accomplish. Having shown you that, let me delete that and show you something else. Okay, I'm going to draw another circle, and I'm going to give this one a colour. There we are, fill it in blue, and I'm going to overlap another circle on top of that and give it another colour. Now let's go up to the menu. We have the file menu, save, load, etc. We have edit, undo, redo. Let's show you cut and paste. The modify menu, we have we can group shapes together. Let's rotate this one, and no, you wouldn't be able to see flip vertical or horizontal because this shape is symmetrical, so I'll show you something else. Let's send this shape to the back so we can change the depth information here, rearrange the depths. Now if I select both shapes now, I'm going to show you something quite powerful. Let's intersect them. That's a powerful feature, intersect and union. That's the intersection between the two shapes. Right, now the properties palette on the left of the screen. I'm going to start off with more powerful color controls. And here we have options to edit the gradients, and we have sliders so we can play around with the red, the green, the blue component, the alpha, transparency of the shape, or the particular part of the gradient that we're editing. So this is the color. Let's look at placement next. Now if we want to change the proportions or the position of a shape numerically, we just type it in here and we can edit that. Let's apply some filters, drop shadow, blur, and below the filters you can see that you can actually get into each parameter of the filter and you can customize the filter. Let's put another filter in. Let's put in bevel, and you can click and drag and change the order of the filters. You can also take off the application of the filter, apply the filter or don't apply the filter, switch it on and off, and that's filters. Alignment. Okay, to show you alignment I'm going to need to draw a few more shapes on the screen. So let's go up to the shapes menu and draw a circle. There we are. I'll just move the circle up a little bit so you can see the effect of alignment. So I select both shapes and align them across the horizontal center. Let's align the vertical centers as well. So now both shapes are centered in the same point. Finally, layers. Now layers is a very powerful feature. We can create new layers and let's put a shape in this new layer that we've created. And to show you that there's no cheating, I'm going to make the layer invisible and visible again. We also have options here to lock a layer or unlock a layer. Okay, having shown you the properties palette, I'm going to get rid of these shapes so I can show you searching an online database of clip art. Now, the online database is provided by Creative Commons. It's a wonderful resource, thousands and thousands of pictures in there, and so you just type in a keyword like dog and it comes up with a search of all the relevant things. You click on one of those like I've just done and it brings in the clip art. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. e2vector is still a prototype, so I value your feedback. Please write to me. And that's all. Goodbye. Have a nice day.